fact, like your mouthpiece is like the darkest mouthpiece we
Right,
have,
okay.
like in standard products. We sell.
I'm the darkest artist on SYOS.
You're the darkest artist.
Welcome to the dark side. I ought to have a Darth Vader mask on or something, you know. I'm here in the north of Paris at the brand new SYOS factory to talk about my brand new SYOS mouthpiece and why I've changed. Because that SYOS mouthpiece I launched in 2019 back in this vlog was a wonderful mouthpiece. It's done really, really well for SYOS. A lot of you love it. It won those awards. But if you've been watching the vlog carefully, you may or may not have noticed, but since Christmas I've been playing on a new SYOS mouthpiece, a prototype. And today is the day we make them properly in the factory and we launch them. The North. Arrived here to go to the SYOS factory to show you how they've made my new mouthpiece, why I've changed mouthpieces, why I had that little adaptation done. I wonder if you could just briefly explain how you take those words that musicians like myself come to with bite and edge and kind of translate that into how you change that on a mouthpiece. What do you do? And also when people come to you with their own ideas,
sure.
what do they do? What do you do?
Basically, first we'll really listen to the people and the words that they use to describe tones, because there are like plenty of different words. Like you use bite, you can use edge, you can say like I want it more sharp or harsh, like so we have like we are accustomed to that lexicon of like sound characteristics description, and we studied all those sound characteristics relates to the shape of the mouthpiece inside, the shape of the baffle, of the chamber, of the facing curve. So yeah, we have like a relationship between geometry and between characteristics of the tone.
So what if I say I want more edge? What is as a mouthpiece maker, where are you thinking you need to change first? Where like, are the mouthpiece?
When you say edge, like two things come in mind, like brightness and also the like focus aspect of the sound, like the sound can be spread or focus, or sometimes you said like big, large sound or like compact sound, and that can means a bit of the two things depending on what kind of person use that. But you say edge, but you say I want to keep my mouthpiece dark, I want the same darkness. So I will be more into the like, okay, that guy wants to have the same dark sound, but it's like he wants to cut, so he wants the sound to be a bit more focused. We would get this edge by getting like slight changes on the baffle. For example, putting a longer baffle or a higher baffle, but it would like also increase the brightness, which is not what you want.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to modify something else to make the mouthpiece darker, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
We make like two modifications in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
One to get the mouthpiece brighter and more focused, and one to make the mouthpiece darker. So like this modification all together, they keep the darkness of your mouthpiece, but you have more edge.
Yeah, because you actually sent me 2 prototypes, didn't you? So
yeah,
you know, the sort of mid one I've chosen in between, I guess. Is that right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I've chosen the more brighter one and it gets that sound. So was that on that brighter one? Was that pushing the baffle a little bit more and not doing the adjustment to the chamber, or was there something else you did on the one I sort of rejected?
First one we did was like we made the baffle a bit longer.
So the one I chose, which one was that?
The one you chose, it was like the other one.
The baffle was the same?
No, the baffle was the same length, but it was raised a bit, like to make it like closer to the reed.
So I chose
In fact, like your mouthpiece is like the darkest mouthpiece we have, like in standard products we sell.
I'm the darkest artist on SYOS.
You're the darkest artist.
Welcome to the dark side. I ought to have a Darth Vader mask on or something, you know. So you get the ideas from myself, you send me the prototypes, I said the one I like. I mean, you've been very patient because I wanted a long lead on this, because I wanted to come to Paris to launch it, as we're doing today, but I also wanted time to play test it. For me, you know, I get one sound in my studio, I get another sound on a gig. You know, if it's a jazz club gig, the horn behaves one way. If I'm playing a big venue, the horn, you know, and that's what I've loved about my SYOS mouthpiece. My previous one is that no matter what venue I'm playing in, it sounds good and it gives me that sound I want. Cool. Yeah, which is why I'm playing them all the time.
But you know, it's important to test it in different situations.
Exactly.
Like that's what we always recommend to people.
And keep playing it as well, because another thing I've done is I have done that thing where I've gone back to the old one and compared and contrast. And actually, guys, make sure you're subscribing, because I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to play the old one and the new one, so hopefully you guys can hear that difference. What happens now, today, when we're launching it? How do you get that process from my idea into a scaled up production where people can buy the mouthpiece? Let's talk about that. What happens?
What happens?
Yeah.
Like, I think we're gonna see it
today.
I'm
gonna overlay that. So talk us through kind of like you start. What's the process in terms of taking that from the idea in the CAD drawings, which we're seeing now?
So the first process is like to settle with the design. So that's what we did. But once it's done, we automate all the things. So the design is registered. So when someone wants to order the mouthpiece, we can make it very quick, because we produce, I don't know if you know that, we produce everything on demand.
Right, okay, right.
So like, when you click on the link, like the printer starts, like basically, like it's just a question of a couple of minutes, but everything is automatically transferred to the factory, and so we can start work quickly. But for that, we have to decline the model in several tip openings. So that's the job of Robin, our CAD engineer, to make sure that model is like available in all configuration and all tip openings, and can be made also in all range of colors. The mouthpiece is produced in a machine. So for the Tenor mouthpiece like yours, it's like something like 7 hours, I would say. So it's quite a long
it's a whole day to make
time.
it.
It's a whole day to make it. We can make one during the day and one during the nights. There is a small post-process step. And then the quality check to make sure that everything is perfect, because we must ensure that there is no flail, no like even small burn trace that can occur during the fabrication of the mouthpiece. It's not very common, but still it's a quality check by at least 2 people, and before it's sent. So we have we ship everything around the world from here. So we have a shipping department. Michael is sending all the package and is taking care of the quality check after the mouthpiece has been post-processed and quality check once. We enter the business with the belief that the perfect mouthpiece does not exist, and that's like there is a mouthpiece adapted to each musician.
Yeah.
And actually, when we started the company, we were only doing custom mouthpieces.
Right.
We didn't have any on-the-shelf products.
Yeah.
That came later.
Yeah.
But and that's what defined us at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like along with, like you said, the colors
Yeah.
and and the material we used, which is like unconventional.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we had but we had that belief, and we had like the knowledge. We were two researchers in acoustics.
Yeah.
So we were really like science based.
Yeah.
Like we have science based.
So is that, yeah.
So in science, like
Yeah.
you doubt everything. So you start from zero,
Yeah.
and like you say, okay, these are good. They are good. You learned from
Yeah.
what exists. You do your research, you do your studies, but after that you come with all of those things and you create something new.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And we didn't create a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
We created like a process to make any kind of mouthpieces and
Yeah.
to know exactly what kind of sound it would give.
Yeah.
And with something in common that was like the ease of playing, because Pauline did some acoustic studies in Montreal with mouthpieces, and like we came with a design that will like allow the mouthpiece to be like easy to play and easy blowing, regardless of the tone. And that's what makes us different. It's
Yeah.
like and that's what like the customer feedback we have is like it is easy to play,
Yeah.
like for any kind of tone.
Yeah,
And sometimes
definitely.
it was like, okay, yeah, they are easy to play mouthpiece, but your mouthpieces, they are I don't like the tone, but it is easy to play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
often when I try to have that kind of bright tones, I can get it with another mouthpiece, but
Yeah.
it won't be
But
as
yeah,
easy.
exactly.
Like,
And I think being able to customize it. I mean, there's
Yeah.
lots of stories of Coltrane carrying like bags of mouthpieces and
Yeah.
a file and basically destroying.
Putting some paste in
yeah,
there.
and actually, you know, his ballads album apparently came about because he wrecked his main mouthpiece.
oh yeah.
So here we are with the 2025 down the Forshaw SYOS signature mouthpiece. I'm going to play what I played way back in 2019 for the first time. So, launched today. You can click the link below and order it. Even if you've ordered my older one, the previous model of SYOS, if you want to try something a bit different, something I've refined with that little bit of edge, a bit of bite we were talking to Maxim about, then the SYOS link is below. And if you've not ordered a SYOS before, or you've not ordered one of mine before, what better time than now? Try it. Obviously, you've seen the process in there. I've got to say, I'm absolutely thrilled with this. And as I spilled the secret to you beforehand, I have been secretly playing on this mouthpiece since Christmas. In fact, just before Christmas. I think Giles Carroll's was the first one that I played it on. But I've been keeping that quiet in case any of you noticed. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Great to be here at SYOS. See you soon.